All right. Here we go. Good day to everybody. Good afternoon to everyone. Good evening to everybody out there. And good night to all the people around the world. All right. Straight to the point. All right. Trending topic. Of course, we're saving our young girls. And to the fathers out there, we're protecting our young girls. But let's talk about some day-to-day issues we could deal with right now. Piercing girls' hair. The ears. Yeah, we're going to get to the hair too. Alright, we're piercing our little girls, our little baby girls' ears and nose and all that nonsense. You know what I mean? We're treating our little babies like rag dolls and pets and plants. We decorate them up and you know what I mean? They're like ornaments. You know what I'm saying? We have no respect for the baby, man. We don't respect our children, man. That's why we doing all this stuff to them, man. You putting a nose ring in the baby nose and how's the baby supposed to breathe? How's the baby supposed to clean his nose? Baby had, they go through all periods where they snotting a lot. Why you got that barrier inside the baby's nose, man? That don't make no sense. Why are we doing that? Why are we putting the baby through all that pain? For your entertainment, for your appeasement, for your pleasure, for your approval from other people saying, "Oh, look how cute your baby is," and all that. You want other people to say how cute your baby is, so you're gonna put your baby through all that pain and suffering for your gratification, which is nonsense. All right, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about where all that stuff came from, man. We're gonna talk about where all that stuff came from. The whole experience with young girls and black women when it comes to the self-image. I'm gonna tell you where that image came from and where that image needs to be destroyed, and I'm gonna pinpoint that image for you. All right, fellas, as fathers, man, we have to instill confidence in our little girls, okay? By doing that, man, they have to know that they are the mightiest of the mightiest. You know what I mean? They are the universal queens out there. You know what I mean? Here we go. Protect the baby, man. Do not allow your baby mother, your wife, your girlfriend, you know what I mean, your partner to just, put all these things in the baby's ears. You know what I mean? Me personally, my daughter Mecca. You know what I mean? She didn't get her ears pierced till she was 4 years old. She seen that needle, it was a wrap. So why put your baby through that trauma? Why put your baby through that trauma? Ask yourself that question. Suppose you take your your little daughter to Claire's or whatever, and then you get the joint, you get it poked up, and then a couple of months later she gets some type of keloid and some type of infection and some growth in the baby ear, all because of you, all because you wanted the baby to look cute and all that. Now the baby got a whole infection the rest of life because of you. All right, fellas, man, if you love if you really love and protect your daughters, man, and your daughter, do not allow your significant other, do not allow the mother to start piercing the baby. Just wait, man. Wait till the child's about 4 or 5 years old, man, when they're sane enough, when they know something about the world, man. That's the piercing. So if all you moms out there, I know it's a trending topic online, you're real goofy. The reason why you're doing it because your mother when you were young, she put a doll in your hand. We're gonna talk about the the whole experiment of the creation of toys, of dolls, and putting dolls in adolescents and babies' hands, and what it does to the child as an adolescent, as a teenager, and as the child grows up. Some of you parents out there have children that are addicted to their material things. It could be a blanket. They can't leave that blanket alone. You see kids walking around with blankets in the mall. They're attached to that those items, those toys, those dolls. Whatever item that is, those teddy bears. They just can't go without, man. And it was a test, man. It was a test. You think our people's gave our children little toys to play with? No, they gave our children instruments to learn from. To experiment with. Not toys and baby dolls to program them into this motherly, nurturing, fake stuff that you're trying to put the child into a place where they're not supposed to be. So, fellas, as a father, man, do not buy your children any toys. It's all a scam. It's all it's all part of the plot to destroy the mind. You know what I mean? It's gonna save you some money, and realistically, they don't need all that stuff, man. If you're gonna get anything, make sure it's educational. Any type of items, make sure it's educational. Not no toys this, toy that, and all that nonsense, all that plastic stuff, all them furry stuffed animals. Get that stuff out. Don't even introduce your child to that. Everything that you put on your child is going to represent something about that child. Once that child starts looking at herself, at himself, that self-image is very important. Fellas, if you care about your daughter, man, don't get programmed to automatically giving your daughter pink to wear. Okay? That also was done by design, labeling and grouping different types of colors and associating them with gender and all that, and don't do that, fellas. Don't start putting pink on your girl because society told you it's for girls. You know what I mean? Pick your own color, man. Be a man. Make your own decisions. You know what I mean? Some of you got your little daughters looking and all this pink, all this nonsense, and you don't like it, but you know what I mean? But come on, man. Stand up for your child. Tell the mother no. Like I told you, man, the only time you should be, going back and forth with your significant other, because you don't argue with women, is when it comes to the protection of the child. That's the only time you argue. Because at that time she has to realize, and she has to come into reasoning of where you're coming from. But a lot of times they don't see where you're coming from because they're not the protector. So you're not going to see the angle of a protector. So know that. Fellas, I hate that stuff, man. So if you get the nose ring. Are you for real? You don't love that baby, man. You just love the attention. You know what I'm saying? You love the attention. Can't even blow your nose right. You know what I'm saying? And the baby already is gonna be playing with his face. You know what I mean? Doing all types of stuff. And here you come putting all that metal in the baby's face. Next thing you know, the baby swallows, you know what I'm saying, a piece of the earrings. And you know what I mean? We ain't gonna get into what that could lead to. Okay, the baby's playing around with his own nose, swallows the nose ring. The baby's playing around with his own nose. The back piece of the nose ring goes into the nasal cavity and goes up the baby's nose. Now what you gonna do? Come on, man. Stop being, I don't want, I don't want to use any words of being aggressive, but let's start making smart decisions. Let's start thinking about safety rather than all this superficial stuff. Do you want your baby to be safe or, at risk? Or you want them to be cute or at risk? Yeah, it's a little hot in here, man. I don't want to put the AC on because I got this microphone hooked up and it's very sensitive. You know what I mean? I'm on a laptop right now. By the way, please, you know what I mean? Please get the book or check the book out. It's on Amazon. Frankie, Travel Time. Give your child the intellectual stimulation that they need from this book. Give your child the self-confidence that they need from, you get that from this book. And and it's very relatable, whether it's because the way I wrote it into the character is just, it could be a male or a female. So when your child read it, when you read it, or when you read it to your child, or when, when anybody read it, you can put yourself as that character, and it's gonna take you somewhere out of there. You know, there's gonna be a movie soon. So all you movie producers out there, what is it, G Unit Films, and all you guys out there, man, look into this book, man. Read it, man. This the future right here. All right, appreciate that. Frankie Travels Time, Amazon. It's a little pricey, you know what I mean. But if you want to read it for free, you can get it on Kindle. You read it for free. All right, back to protecting the child, man. Stop putting all that stuff in the baby's face. All right. Another thing that I hate, man, that destroyed the self-image of our black girls. This is something that's been bothering me ever since I was a young child. Here it is. I hate barrettes. I hate seeing those wacky, goofy, plastic, unoriginal, Europeanized barrettes, you know what I'm saying, in our little black girls' heads, man. I hate that, man. Ever since I was a little child, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in Haiti and seeing that as a child. And I didn't like that image, man, because it wasn't natural. Seeing the little plastic balls and tied up. Who made that? If I'm a parent, if I'm a mother, I wouldn't make something like that's so tacky to put on my daughter, man. Parents, black women, black girls, let's start creating our own products, man. Those barrettes, those pink and white and yellow, you know what I'm saying, plastic barrettes you put in the little black girl's head. You know what that represents? It represents colonialism. It represents oppression. It represents slavery. And it represents neo-colonialism. That's what it represents. Because I was at the slums. I see a little black girl seeing it. Then with that hairstyle. Then I get out the slums and I still see that same image. You know what I mean? It all shapes, and you know what I mean. No matter where you are, where you are in the world, they're gonna stick those little barrettes in that little black girl's head. Let's do better, man. I've had nightmares about those things, and I hate seeing little black girls with those ridiculous things on their head. Let's do better. Let's start putting flowers on our little girls' heads, man. Let's be more creative. I mean, we're the most creative people in the world, but yet we still fail to produce our own products to represent that thought and that beauty and that creativity that we have within us. Man. I mean, come on, man. I'm tired of this, man. Get them barrettes out of your little girls' head. They're disgusting, man. I hate that nonsense, man. I really hate it. Always will and will continue to me. Even though my own daughters, man, I hate seeing it. You know what I mean? I mean, how could you go to the dollar store and pay, for a 12-pack, whatever, barrettes, and then you're gonna put that on your little daughter's head, man? And it's universal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's universal. Think about that, man. It's universal. You could be in Europe and London, you're going to see a little black girl with barrettes in there. Like, who made that stuff? It wasn't you, black man. It wasn't you, black woman. So come on, man. I already told you where it comes from and what it represents. So stop it. As of today, 2024, we're getting rid of barrettes and all that, man. Let's come up with our own ways, man, to treat our hairs. You know what I mean? Let's come up with our own way to decorate our little girls' hairs. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of hair and this whole hair thing with our little girls and our black girls, we're going to talk about that. Another thing that I hate. I hate when I'm chilling in the house, right? And then all of a sudden I hear my daughter crying. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, I'm on 10. You know what I'm saying? As a father, I jump up and I go and investigate. You know what I'm saying? And what do I see? I walk in the room. What do I see? What do I see, man? I see you, black woman, doing my daughter's hair. And I see her crying and tearing up. And I see you, black woman, making threats to her, yelling at her and telling her to hold still and do this and all that, putting her through all that pain and trauma as a little girl. Let me tell you something about all that pain that you put through our little girls, just by trying to beautify them because we don't have the knowledge of our own hair. So we're gonna put all that pain. We're gonna put our daughters through all that pain as a baby, an infant, adolescent, just by doing their hair. And that's why they're self-conscious today about their hair, because all that trauma from the early stage of their life. Why do we have to put our little girls through that pain? Why do we have to put our little girls through that trauma? For what? For a braid? For a little twist? Come on, bro. Because you don't know the science and you don't know how to take care of your own hair. You don't know the simple products out there in the universe that could make your hair loosen up and you could, untangle the hair just like that, because you don't know that, because you don't have the knowledge, because that knowledge was taken from you. You don't know that your hair is an antenna. So now you putting our little girls through all that pain and trauma because you trying to be a beautician or something. You think you're a beautician. You think you a hairstylist. You putting 100 lines of braids in that girl's head and she had to go through all that pain for it. Like, for what? It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. I don't care how cute it looks. How cute you think it looks. It's not worth it, man. We're causing psychological pain when we do that. You don't think pain is universal? You don't think pains get transferred? So all that pain directly on the brain right there, you don't think that's going to affect the child? That's why you quick to put on that wig, black woman. That's why you quick to put on that wig, because you don't want to have to deal with your hair, because you don't know the knowledge. But you don't have to deal with your hair, so you just put that wig on because all that pain from when you was a little girl, all that trauma, you don't have to deal with that. It's always some type of pain. It's always some type of trauma when it comes to our black girls and our black women's hair. When she becomes a teenager or when she becomes an adult. I remember let me tell you another story. When I was young, I remember walking into the living room as a young boy, and I see a family member, women in the kitchen. One had some type of bag and plastic around her head. The other had gloves, and there was a paste type material on their head, and you could tell that stuff was dangerous. That if it came into contact with anybody, it would cause harm. But yet, you're still gonna put yourself through all that pain, black woman. You're still gonna put yourself through all that risk of burning your skin, putting all that, what do you call it now? Hair relaxer, putting all that risk. That stuff is flammable. All them chemicals. You don't know who created them chemicals. You don't know what country them chemicals came from. I mean, I do. In my next book, it explains all that. All the chemicals that that was brought in from the other side of the world. During the whole industrial. Anyway, these chemicals, you don't know if the side effects. So that's why. As black women have fibroid issues, is from the years and generational years of putting those poisons on your hair just for the sake of relaxing and straightening out your hair. Now you poison yourself. So now you have fibroid issues. Now you have blood issues. You know what I'm saying? Now you have reproductive issues because all those chemicals seeped into your pores and you know what I mean, integrated with your body and shut certain things down. That's why you bald-headed today. Because you was putting that stuff in your hair. I mean, didn't the 70s, did we have that issue back then? Didn't everybody have afros in the 70s? Isn't that the image that we see? Big fros, you know what I'm saying? So what happened? All right, so black men, you know what I'm saying? All my fathers out there, man, we need to start taking control of how we make our daughters view themselves. We have to wake up every day and telling that little girl how beautiful she is. Stop putting all that stuff in her hair, man. Let her grow natural, man. Let her throw it out, man. Let her grow wild, man. Stop being scared, man. Be yourself, man. You putting the little girl through all that trauma for what? Now as an adult, you putting wigs on. Now you putting weaves on. All types of tracks and all types of stuff in your head. All that stuff eating up your head. I don't even know what you look like. Why are you scared to look like yourself, my queen? Go natural. Learn the science of how to take care of your own hair. Don't let them tell you what your hair is supposed to look like, supposed to feel like. All right? Been through enough. Alright, fathers, let's stop all that, man. Stop all the funny, goofy nose earrings, all that, piercing the child, put all that pain on them. Alright, stop with all that barrettes, all that nonsense. You know what I mean? Europeanizing and westernizing and colonizing the child from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Assigning colors to the child, giving them pink and all that stuff, putting all that nonsense. You know what I mean? All them Disney colors, all them characters. Stop doing all that, man. Buying your child a bunch of toys that's worthless. It's a baby. What toys do we need? All it's doing is putting the stuff in his mouth and try to experiment. Stop doing all that, man. I already told you what to get. You be the toy. You play with your baby, man. You're the toy. Let him play with you, man. Alright? And we're going to get into that, man. Appropriate ways to, to interact with your child, to play with the baby, man. You got a little girl, don't have your little girl sitting on your lap all types of ways, man. You know what I mean? Don't have your little girl sitting on your lap like this, man. You know what I mean? That's inappropriate, man. You like this, man. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, man. We're not having a little girl sit like this, man, on your knee and all that. You know what I'm saying? No, man. Even when you're laying down and all that, and you know what I mean, your little girl, nah, man. Straighten that out, man. From early, man. Set that tone, man. Because they over hypersexualizing the children. I already told you where the cartoons came from. I already told you what's in the cartoons. Look in the old videos. You know what I mean? But fellas, man, as fathers, man, let's start doing better, man. All right, let's start caring about the image that was brought to us and presented to us, and then the image that we don't have. All right, we don't have a natural image, man. Let's have a natural image. All right, let your little girl's hair go free, man. And now we live in the days where now we're gonna transfer all that pain, all that braid and stuff into the little boys, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's stop all that nonsense. Learn how to take care of your hair without hurting the child. Learn how to do your hair without hurting and being setting all that trauma to the child. And I promise you, you've watched. Ask your elders, man. They've seen everybody grow up in front of you. You know what I mean? All this stuff, all the nonsense. You know, they're the ultimate scientists, ultimate, sociologists. They know the experiments. All right, fellas, man, stay on top of your game, man. Be the father you're supposed to be. All right, call all that nonsense out, man. What else we gonna talk about, man? Oh yeah, the self-image. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, the barrettes, all that. Okay, the dolls. All right, you already know back in the day, all that stuff came from, the. I don't want to put all my, all my material out there, but I got my book, I can't tell you what the next book is about because you're going to steal it. But I need you to help me out and putting this book out real soon, all right? Please donate on the Cash App. Jeffrey, Jeffrey, Bellerice, Bellerice. That's the Cash App. Of course, you put the $ in front of it. Or you could do the regular Cash App, area code 718-666-7749. Please hook me up. Let me get this book out. All right, the dolls. All right, we're not gonna put dolls in front of our kids because what it's doing, man, is doing something to them psychologically. And I don't want to, I don't even want to get into you as a black baby. You putting a pink baby in front of the child and not a brown baby. You already know that's a no-no. Whether you're in the hood, whether you're in the suburbs, you're doing it. Whether you're in the country, I know you're doing it. If you're a black child, come on now. Why are you putting a pink baby in front of a black baby? A pink doll in front of... Come on, we already been through that. I don't care if somebody gave you that. No, you don't accept it. That's why you don't take no toys at all. So that way we're going to eliminate all that. Y'all buying a bunch of pink dolls and Barbie dolls, and you giving it to your black child for them to look at, and that's gonna mess them up mentally. You already know that's been happening. That's why you always run to the stores, try to make your hair straight and all that, thinking the dude gonna like it, but you still look the same. You still look the same with all the weave and all that. You know what I'm saying? You spend $200-300 on your hair. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's nice. It's not natural. You still look the same. You know what I mean? Whether you have it or not, I ain't gonna treat you no better, no worse. So why even do it? Is it a competition thing? Is it like, hey man, is it a show? You're flexing on each other? No, we don't need to flex on each other with our hair game. We need to flex on each other with our children. Yeah, what's your children game on? What's your kid game point on? You know what I mean? Let me see that. Flex your kids. Let me see what your kids hitting on. That's the new flex. Show me how smart, intelligent, and on point, and how self-conscious, and you know what I mean? Show me how RBG your kid is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get to holler at mine, sooner or later. I mean, I ain't gonna put them on, on the screen, but yeah, y'all gonna see what it is soon, man. I don't want you to think I'm just out here BSing and then just talking junk. All right. Yeah, with the whole let's go back to the the piercing. That's a topic I like to get into, man. Though, getting the bracelets and the chains and the earrings and the anklets and the toe rings and what I mean, all that. Well, you already know what that called. That's a whole different topic. What I was going to tell you is you already know who controls that whole market. What do you call those things? All the diamonds and the rubies and the chains and all that. Tell me who controls it. The first three letters of that word. That's who controls that whole thing. What do you call diamonds and all that stuff? The first three letters of that word. That's who controls that whole thing. All right, but that's another thing. That's what I was saying, man. That my next book is gonna be powerful. But anyway. We ain't gonna get into that. We ain't, not right now. We're gonna save that. We're gonna save that. All right. So yeah, I want to get back to the black women and their hair. That's a big issue. That's a real big issue. Black men, we need to start. We need to stop promoting that stuff, man. Tell your woman go natural, man. Tell your woman you want her to be bald headed. You want her to look like whatever, man. It don't matter if your woman got a Caesar, man. Let her grow into that and let her be beautified in her Caesar, man, or in her baldy, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, come on, fellas. I mean, we already know we wired wrong. Now I'm trying to unwire you guys. I'm trying to reprogram you guys. This is how we're gonna get better. This is how we're gonna unify. We have to get the information first. We have to stop the behaviors first. That's how we're gonna come together. You already know we can't be. We're all separated. We can't come together because of all the separations that we have. All the different religions, factions, whatever classes. You know what I mean? You know how they separate us. But here's how we're gonna get together. We're gonna get the information, and we're gonna stop the behaviors that we're doing, and then we're gonna come together. And it starts with raising our children the correct way, not the way they told you to raise your child. All you fathers out there, you got a son that you can't get him to take showers. You know what I'm saying? You struggling with him. You know what I mean? You got to look for him, and he's bucking, he's refusing all that on taking a shower. You want to know why? We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna solve all the problems, man. I was telling you guys last time, man. Let's be conscious of what we say around our children. Let's stop arguing and fighting in front of our kids. You're cursing each other out in front of the kids. You're cursing at the kid. That's inappropriate. I mean, wherever you're from, if you're cursing at your child, you a bum. I don't care what it is, man, because you know better. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Hey, what's up? I'm doing my video right now. But you just getting out of school? Yeah, how was school? Okay. You know you left those black sneakers in my in the other van. Yeah, you have a problem leaving all your stuff behind. What's up with that? Everywhere you go, you leave a trail. You're leaving sneakers. You know what I mean? You're leaving sneakers everywhere. You're leaving clothes everywhere. You got stuff all over the place. Like, come on. What, you got too much or something? Oh, Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I think your mom's gonna come get you. I'm gonna do this video, and I wanted to do an hour long, but yeah. Either way, just go to the program, and we'll come get you from the program in about an hour or so. All right. All right, gone. All right, you know what I mean? So that's what we got to do, fellas. We gotta stop cursing and just cursing, literally cursing ourselves. All right. And one way to do that, man, let's start changing the language that we use amongst ourselves, man. If we really want to change as a people, let's change the language, because realistically, I mean, English, that's not our natural language. That's why we have all these slangs, and we can't even speak it correctly because it's not our native tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. I don't care if you read the dictionary 1,000 times, you a big scholar, it's not your native tongue. But anyway, because there are certain spiritual things that you cannot do within that language. You know what I mean? There are certain tones you cannot use. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. And so we got to start changing the language, man. We have a habit right now of using negative for the good. Oh, that's a bad chick right there. Why can't she just be a beautiful young lady? You know what I'm saying? Why she got to be bad? Why we got to use that word? You know why? Because it's not our language, and they're controlling. You know what I mean? Hold on. They're controlling the whole tone. Hello? Yeah. I told her we'd come get her at 5 o'clock. She don't listen. I told her to go to the program, and somebody come get her at 5 o'clock. She'll be all right. Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I mean, she could tell you different, or you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm telling you what it is now. So yeah, she just has to wait. That's all. All right. Yeah. So that's where we at now. Excuse me. I got that's the family. Damn, it's hot in this truck. But yeah, man, let's start controlling the what we really doing out here, man. All right. Let's start controlling everything what we're doing out here. And I'm really want to be stuck on this topic, man, with black women's hair, man. Ladies, we got to start doing better, man. It's ridiculous. You making the other people rich, billionaires off your dome. And you already know the products that you're buying, you know what I'm saying? They cheap anyway. Like, for real. All the stuff you get from the beauty store, it's all a bunch of crap. You get that stuff from Dollar General. People making that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I hate seeing all that. You know what I'm saying? You walking around with the eyelashes, looking all crazy. You know what I'm saying? I asked somebody, hey, what's the origin of that? I spoke to an older woman, and she told me, those big those eyelashes. Those came from, like I told y'all back in the day, those movies, man. Those pornographic movies. And what would happen was, that's how they would catch the liquid. That would be, you know what I'm saying? The liquid that was a shot in the female's face. They were called the liquid catchers. That's what they were, like little umbrellas for your eyes. That's the originality. That's the origin and the creation. That was the thought process. That's why somebody created that. Not to protect your eyelids. They protect that. They created that to put that in that image for that reason. So now, y'all ladies, you got it on your face, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're cute. But that's the origin of the long, big eyelashes. They were catchers. That's you know what I'm saying? Ask your grandmother. Ask your mother. She know. Why your mother ain't tell you that's where that stuff came from? That's what they for. Why you know what I'm saying? Why your mother ain't sit you down and say, hey, young lady, don't wear those. That's the origin. This is what they were catchers. That's what they made for. You know what I mean? Stop it. Alright? So if y'all didn't know, now you know. You still continue to wear that stuff in your face. So if I'm, you know what I mean? So all the men out there, if you see the young lady, you know I should get down. That means, you know what I mean? You ain't got to shoot the club up, just shoot the face up. So ladies, if you want to stop these certain behaviors, stop putting that stuff on your face, because that's what it's intended for. That's what it was for. It wasn't to beautify or showcase your eyes. Okay? I want to see your beautiful eyes, not some plastic. What do you call them, Jones? Come on, man. Windshield wipers. You know what I mean? Let's cut that out. That's another thing I saw somebody do. They put that on the baby. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all went that far in putting that stuff on the baby. I saw those eyelash things. They put that on the baby. I seen that. You should be ashamed of yourself, whoever that is, and whoever supports that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous what's going on out here, man. These little things, I'm telling you, is doing things to our babies, man. Stop using your baby as little rag dolls, man, like that little play things, man, because you ain't have a toy or a pet, or you know what I'm saying, you ain't had nothing to play with, or you didn't have a sibling when you was coming up. Stop using your, come on, man. You're using the baby as an object. Alright? It's ridiculous, man. Stop putting weaves on your head, man. They stink. You put that joint on your head for you know what I mean? How long that joint gonna stay on your head, man? Like, come on, man. Your scalp on come on, man. Suffocating, man. That's why y'all always doing all this. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Stop it. We've been tricked. We don't know ourselves. So do you really know? Do you think you really know how to take care of your own? If you don't know yourself, how do you know how to take care of yourself? I'm letting you know now. Stop with all that nonsense. I'm giving everybody a whole year, man. Women, I'm giving you a year. 2025. Everybody better be natural, man. Word is bond, man. Word is Bon Jovi, man. 2025, I'm giving this video a year to circulate for all the black women out there, man. We ain't weaving it up no more, man. As black men, we're going to stand up, man. We're standing up for you whether you like it or not. Whether you see it or not. I'm standing up for you and I'm fighting for you. We ain't having it, man. All that weave, nah, man. That money staying home, man. That $200-$300 you spend on your head, nah. We bringing that home, man. Alright? We bringing that home, man. Fellas, man up. Take responsibility, man. Be a leader, man. Lead your woman, man. Give her the proper guidance, man. Don't let her make the wrong decisions, man. Not about herself. About anything, alright? Don't watch your woman fail, man. Alright? Where we at? So we're going to do a recap. Protecting these children, man. You know, we're going to keep them away from them dolls, alright? Do not give your children dolls and toys, all that. You know, that whole market, that whole industry, we're going to shut that down. From now on, cut it out. You want to give your child something to play with, give them some books, educational products. Straight up and down. You don't like it? See me when you see me, man. Alright? The whole thing with the barrettes, I hate barrettes, man. I hate barrettes, and I hate your parents for putting all that nonsense on that little girl hair like that, man. Send her to school looking all goofy like that. I hate that look, man. Treat that girl with respect, man. Respect that girl's hair, man. Respect her image, man. Educate yourself, man. Stop putting that crap on my girl, man. We're going to stop with the piercing. We already went through that. The baby going to mess around, swallow the joint. The joint going, she going, you know what I mean? Inhale the joint. Inhale the joint. Come on, man. You're going to go to jail after that, bro. Or you're going to lose your kids. CPS, they're going to be at you. Because they're going to be, man, you stupid as hell. For not knowing to not put, a small object within the baby's reach with all that access right there. All day, baby like this, playing with the junk. Have all types of time to take the stuff out. And eventually the baby will do it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. So these are little tips, man. Alright? Did I tell you about keeping your house clean? Free of roaches? Keeping the whole environment? Did we talk about that? Oh, let's talk about it. Yeah, fellas, man. Keeping the environment clean, man. If you got little kids, man, come on, man. And you got roaches? Come on, man. Do better, man. Move, man. I already know what's that like. I remember living on what was that? Where I used to live at? On New York Avenue? Yeah, between New York and Foster, man, that house was infested with them roaches, man. You turn the light on, man, there's roaches all over, man. The whole wall was moving, man. That joint was very, very, very traumatic for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that, man. Living in the city, man. Roach infested, man. During the day, you don't see them. At night, man. All over everything, man. Swarming, man. I'm talking about the floor, everything black, everything moving, man. You feel like you gliding on something, man. It was horrible. Move, man. And if you got rats, mouses, mice, you already know, man. Move, man. Food, shelter, clothing, education, and a safe environment, man. Alright? Where else we at? Stop cursing around the children. I keep repeating myself, man. Stop cursing around the children. Okay? Stop using these profanities around the children because you're frustrated. You're angry. The baby won't listen. The baby won't be quiet. The baby's nagging you. It all stems from you not having, the emotional intelligence. In our community, we lack emotional intelligence. We don't have the, the capability to just slow and pump our brakes and think before we, react. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. Right now, I see all the college kids protesting. I mean, I appreciate the thought, but most of the college kids that are protesting, man, they on campus driving around BMWs. Their parents have decent jobs. You know what I mean? And I get it, but you're controlled. How come it's not a mass school student protest, for the issues that's going on here and for the people that's being persecuted, dying and the same way hung, lynched. There's a war going on here. Where's the outcry? What was going on here? You overlook what's going. You stepping over homeless people. You stepping over all these other issues just to go run over deal with some international stuff that you really don't know what's going on. You really don't know nothing about war that how what I mean it's really feeding what I mean. I appreciate all the students, but let's protest the real issues at home, man. All right, let's start with that. All the injustices that's going on at home. Why we don't protest about that? I mean, like why aren't we doing a nationwide school protest on the real issues that's affecting us right now? Yeah, you scared for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't, I don't really know for real. Y'all don't know the struggle, man. It's kind of like, why don't we have this? You remember the whole thing with France? When something happened in France and everybody had the whole outcry. You know what I mean? And online and all that, all the hashtags and all that. All right, so what's going on in Haiti right now, right? Or you know what I mean? You know it's in turmoil down there. So how come we don't have that same energy? How come we don't have that same energy when it comes to like colored countries? You know, when they having their crisis. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Y'all don't watch all the war movies, 1,000 times. Y'all already know we as America. You already know we're corrupt. Why can't we just admit it? Why can't we admit we're a corrupt nation ourselves? We're the devil. We're the devilish nation. You know what I mean? The sooner you come and grasp with your own truth, man. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that will set you free for real. Is truth, man. That's why they say that, man. All right. I don't mean to get all international. But these are the things that I talk to my children about, man. All right. Next couple of topics we're gonna be talking about. Next couple of videos, man. Like I said, we're gonna cover everything, man. All right? We're gonna cover why your child is gay. We're gonna cover why your child is a lesbian. All right, we're gonna cover all that. Matter of fact, I got a couple. Let's cover that. Let's start with the girls. We can at least cover the. All right, fellas. Here's what's going on, right? Here's what's going on. A few years ago, we ain't have this whole LGBTQ movement. You know what I mean? We ain't have all that, right? This is all brand new. I'm taking the estimate around the time the whole Nicki Minaj started coming out. I guess that's when that whole thing was birthed. All right, but I don't know. All right, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. You know what I mean? But send a cash app. Now, here's what's going on in our society, man, and why our little girls are turning on each other for love and mating and for all these other stuff and being gay and lesbian and stud and all that stuff that's associated with all that. It starts early. We have little girls out there that we're not telling that they're beautiful every day. When your little girl, is not being told that she's beautiful every day, and you telling her she's fat, and you telling her that she's black, and you telling she's ugly, and you telling her that nobody want her, you telling this, you putting all these negative things in these images, and you putting all these stereotypes. You talking negative to your child, so you're already crushing her spirit, her self-image, and her confidence. You already crushed that. Now your child starts socializing. You got a little girl that's not feeling secure about herself because she's hearing all these negative things from the community, right? You're too black, you're too tall, you're too this, you're too, you know what I'm saying? She's already hearing all that stuff. A lot of times it starts from home, in the family. Now the little girl goes to school. Now she's hearing the same thing. Now the little girl is not getting attention from the boys. The boys are, doing this and all, you know what I'm saying? The boys are looking at these girls. Now you have this little girl right here that's not being looked at. Nobody wants this little girl because she's already been painted this picture, and her image was already destroyed at home and from society, from the negative stereotypes that we put out there. Now, as a little girl, this girl she's still a human being. She's being rejected because she feel like she's undesirable, unwanted within groups and within the opposite sex, within with boys. Boys are not attracted to her because she was told that being herself is not attractive. Now this little girl grows up in the school, you're hearing all this stuff and never having any experience, dealing with the opposite sex. Never having a male or a man holler at her, a boy asking her for a phone number, a boy, kissing her. No type of little petty, nonsense, teenage, friendly type of stuff. She's never experienced any of that because, the boys are not hollering because they've been painted that picture and they see her as undesirable, and that's what you crush the girl's confidence already at a young age. Now we have this movement that comes along that tells, all right, if you're feeling this way, you're feeling that way, this is the way to go because you have no other choice. So now the first thing that happens, you see two of the same, that's ugly, unwanted, desirable, girls, they team up and they become the couple. And that's how it starts, that whole thing right there. It starts from you as the father not telling your little girl how beautiful she is. It starts from you as the father allowing their mother to buy those toys and putting those fake images that's not of herself in front of that child, ruining that child's image. It starts from you as the father using that foul language in front of your child, disrespecting her, demeaning her, telling her all negative things about herself. And that's where all that stuff culminates and it adds up, and that's the behavior you will see. So now these two girls that are unwanted, they begin these relationships, and that's the way they have to deal with each other, because it's a fake relationship. It's not a natural relationship, and these relationships will never be successful because they're based from abuse. They're a form from a reaction or a reaction from abuse. Okay? So it's kind of like it's not going to happen. It's not going to be successful. So our little girls are now jumping in their first relationship is a same-sex relationship, and now it's become very destructive and abusive and in what we call today toxic, because it's just not a natural relationship. It's very abusive. Same language is being thrown at each other because that's the language they know. So she's being told, hey, you with your ugly eye, she's being hearing all that language. That's the language that she continues to perpetuate amongst their relationships, and that's how they deal with each other. They start putting hands on each other. All you fathers out there, man, if you have a girl that likes, if you have a daughter that likes girls, she's being abused by the girlfriend, by whatever. She's being abused. If not physically abused, definitely psychologically abused, and indirectly sexually abused. All right. So all you fellas out there, that's where it starts. That's why your little girl is quote unquote Icon, and that's what's happening in our society out here in the culture. We're not telling our little girls how beautiful they are, so therefore they, they just anything that anything happen, anything goes, and that's what they result to. Okay, and that's what happens. And fellas, protecting your little girls, here's another thing we have to stop doing as a culture. I know where it came from, but it didn't come from us. Sleepovers, pajama parties. That has to cease all the way across the board. If your child comes to you and say, hey, my friend is having a sleepover, guess what? You coming along. As the mother, you sleeping over too. You want to have a sleepover, the mother has to be there. A representative of that girl has to be there. If my daughter's going over there, guess what? The mother's going to go over there and have the sleepover also. That's the only way. If that's not allowed, no way, or children are going to be unsupervised in a dark setting where, No, absolutely not. Sleepovers, that's not your culture. Don't do it. No sleepovers. That's not your culture. You do not send your child over somebody else's house for a sleepover. I don't even care if it's your own family. Protect the child. Remember what I told you. If you have a family member that has a child that's a bully, don't send your child over there to get bullied. And just for the name's sake, go play with your cousin and them. If you know your cousin's a knucklehead and is gonna be picking and doing all types of stuff to your little child, and your child is not of that caliber, I was raised different, is not big and strong as that person, even though you're the same age, do not allow your child to go through that psychological abuse just for the sake of their family, or they need to play together. Dead all that. If your son is toxic, don't allow your son to play with other little children. If your son, has behavior problems, have verbal problems, has problems keeping their hands to themselves, why you want them to play with kids that are not of that type of social behavior structure? So if you got a child and your cousin got your sister got a little cousin, little niece that's off the chain, don't let your child go play with that child. Just say, go play with your cousin. It's gonna tough him up. If you got a bunch of goofy kids outside, why are you sending your child to go play with them goofy kids to be tormented and abused, to be picked on? All you're doing is say, hey, I'm the new fish, come pick on me. Don't do that. You want your child to have appropriate social interactions when they're young and all that. Team up with age appropriate other parents, and go on play dates. That way it's supervised, it's safe, and then you guys can talk to each other, give each other pointers, and we start connecting that way. So if you're a father, connect with another father with the children that with the same age, and then set up different outings and different places that you guys could meet up and interact. All right. Where was I going? All right, for the boys with the whole thing. Here we go. Young boys, they still need to be supervised because they easily influence. And so if you have 2-3 boys in the house, supervise them. Don't have them alone, and because we already know things are out there or programming in our kids. They have access to things that we have no control over. So make sure your kids are always supervised. No sleepovers, none of that. And parents, be very mindful of what's going on in these schools. Your child is going to school and he or she is being abused in all types of ways. All right, we're gonna talk about all that. All right, we're pulling up on an hour. All right, to all my peoples out there, man, I appreciate y'all. I want to give some shout outs, man. It's hot in this vehicle right here, man. I had to sit through here. I appreciate you sitting through here with me, man. But for real, I need to blow. I need y'all to blow me up, make me famous, so I can get my message out there. I'm gonna try to do a video a day. It's kind of rough right now. I got the time, management issue. I'm saying? I do work during the day. I work, with the community. You know what I mean? So when you see me out there, man, salute me, man. All right. You already know what I'm about. Saving our girls. We're gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff, man. I just touched up on a lot of things. A couple of things, but the whole the girls, being swinging the other way. We're gonna get into that because right now it's a fad. It seems like it's the cool thing to do because our boys themselves are being feminized and are being girlized, and therefore the girls figure, hey, I might as well be with a girl. But it's a psychological trick. We're gonna talk about that next couple of episodes. Like I said, hit me on that Cash App, please, man. You know what I mean? 718-666-7749. All right, Cash App, $, JeffreyBellerice. Come on, man. Send me anything. I ain't begging, but I need to get everything jumping so I can give you more. Alright, so if you need to get in contact with me, man, you can always email me, JeffTheFamilyMan at gmail.com. You get my book. If you get this book right here, you call me. My phone number's in the book. It's in the story. You know what I mean? The story ain't about me, by the way. Alright? But get that book, man. It's fire. And my next book, super fire. Alright? Now let me give some shout outs, man. Since I want to be a podcaster and all, I'm gonna give some shout outs. Start from the jump. Shout out to Star, Star and Buck Wild. When I was a young buck, that's where I started, listening to. So he's the originator on the digital platform. Watching him on B-Cat and all that from back in the day. I'm just jumping, for whoever comes to my mind. Shout out to Bosco 100, man. You was a funny dude, man. You know what I'm saying? You had me laughing in the mornings, man, when I used to go to work, man. You just funny cat, man. Who else, man? Shout out to Hassan Campbell, man. You know what I mean? You strong, man. You know what I'm saying? Strong podcast. You consistent with the jump. You know what I mean? Minus all your fraud, you still consistent. You know what I mean? Official. Who else, man? Who else I was rocking with, man? Man, you know what I mean? All the other joints, man. Shout out to all the cats out there blowing up, man. You know what I mean? All the celebrities, man. Shout out Charleston White, man. Shout out to you, man. You know what I mean? You doing it, man. We need more cats like you, man, to take it on different levels, man. And we need 100 more Charleston Whites, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we coming, man. Yeah, to all the podcasters out there that's doing their thing. What else, man? What's some good joints, man? That a few years ago. Man, I forgot, man. But shout out to all them cats, man. But I used to listen to some nice podcasts, man. But we need to switch it up, man. Right now we got a lot of it's a lot of negativity on podcasting right now. It's all street related, violence related, drug related. You know what I mean? Everybody's giving their ghetto stories and all that. You know what I mean? But we all have the same struggle. So let's put an end to that, man. I don't want to hear no more jail stories. I don't want to hear how you came up broke. Everybody, we all have the same story, same struggle. So, and you know what I mean? So it's kind of like every celebrity, right? Every celebrity has the same story. They came from the jacks. They came from the mud. It's kind of like like being almost pimp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they all have the same background. They came from a messed up, abusive background, whether it was financial. You know what I mean? And somebody came in and swooped in and saved them. We got to stop that, man. All right? Our celebrities need to start being regular people, man, who didn't struggle, who just had regular jobs and bought whatever they needed. You know what I mean? Regular people who worked hard. You know what I mean? But it was something that I wanted to talk about, man, about saving our people, about the type of jobs that we have, man. You want to save our people? To save our people, we know how to save our people. We all know the system is killing our people. But guess what? Most black people work for the system. You heard what I said? The very system that's destroying us, that's killing us, is the same system that we work for. It's the same system that's giving us jobs and all that gives us access for us to buy cars, houses, and all that nonsense. We're gonna talk about that. These jobs that's detrimental to our own society. All right, man. So I'm about to get out of here, man. So peace to everybody, man. Just remember, man, let's protect the babies, man. All right, watch the music, man. Watch the music you play, man. All right. I play certain rap around my kids, but it's got to be real lyrical. It can't be all that, that murder kill. You know what I mean? It's got to be lyrical. You know what I mean? It's got to be that good rap. But I'll give y'all, my favorite rappers and all that. When it comes to music, I'm that guy. I could be a DJ if I want to. I got about 50,000 songs in my library. You know what I mean? I've been collecting music, you know what I mean, since I was a teenager. You can't mess with me. And you know what I mean? So I stopped listening to music, so I don't even want to know nothing what's going on right now. But I could tell you who to listen to. Alright, I tell you a couple of jams. Ladies, man, start bumping some Sade in your house. Start bumping some Kim in your house. Mellow, real nice stuff. Easy tone type of music. Start bumping some Maxwell in your house. Some jazz. You know what I mean? If you gotta have some rap. Now I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna blow nobody up yet. You know what I'm saying? But we could start out just that right there. You know what I mean? All right. We could start out with some Kim. He got some bangers. We could start out with some Maxwell. You know what I'm saying? And we could start out with who was it? Kim, Maxwell, Sade. All smooth, groovy. You could bump them joints. Good vibrational type of music. All right. And then we could go different genres. Yeah. All right, I'm about to roll right now. All right, so I gotta roll out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my rounds. Go be daddy, man. Go scoop my children up from school, daycare. pick them up. Take them out to eat. I might do. I know they like Olive Garden. You know what I mean? They like, the breadsticks and salad and all that. We do Olive Garden. Might do. You know what I'm saying? What else? Olive Garden, they like that joint. I like black joints. You know what I'm saying? I like, what I mean, little black owned spots. But they like chain restaurants like everybody else, BBWs and all that. Yeah, yeah. So that's the plan, man. Take the kids out to eat, and probably have me a couple. You know what I'm saying? While I'm out there, and that's it, man. All right, so you fathers out, man, do the right thing, man. All right, spend time with your kids, man. You know what I mean? You ain't got to buy them nothing, man. Just spend time with them, man. You know what I mean? Go to a park, museum. You know what I'm saying? Anything, man. Just go chill, man. It's all about the time. And then watch your mouth. And then don't be cussing, playing all that crazy stuff around them. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk to your kids, man, talk educational stuff, all right? All right, one love, man. To all my black women out there, man. Cut it out with that hair, man. It's nonsense, all right? Stop putting weaves and wigs and all that nonsense. All this, you know what I mean? Stop doing that to our little girls. You know what I mean? Stop it. I'm out of here, man.